So, because Daisy started talking about favorite couples, oh my gosh, anybody who has read the book that I am holding in my hands, Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins, understands that this book is truly a godsend. Like, so this book follows Ryan Fontaine. He one day, like he and his business partner, who's a black man, are riding out in the desert, and they find this woman just like literally deserted, like lying on the floor, and they're like, I think she needs help. So they like bring her back to like Ryan's like quarters, and he owns a saloon, and she's like recovering upstairs, and she's like really feisty. Edie Carmichael is just like, I'm gonna do this on my own, like educated, and she's just like everything. But the reason why this is like one of my favorite couples is because you find out that Ryan is passing as a white man, and he's just a light-skinned black man. Oh. And he's engaged to this white woman.
Oh, twist.
Yeah, he's engaged to this white woman who is like uber white woman. Like, makes sense. She's just like very entitled, very spoiled, and like is very much like in her own society. And Ryan has like also political aspirations where he's a Republican, because like Republican back then was a very different, very different set of principles. And he has this attraction to Edie, and Edie's like, this is this white man who's coming on to me. Like, I'm not trying to be what you may think this is trying to be. Like, I'm not. And so he has like a real moral dilemma where does he choose to be with this woman? And he's like a very prominent person in the like town that they're at. And so he doesn't want to reveal that he's black and that he's passing, because that would really like upend his life, his business, his like whole way of life. But he does it for Edie, he does it for love. And I was just like, oh my God. And Edie is just so worthy of him, and that just like them together. And this book just was like, whoa, like it is so good, so like compelling and sweet. The way that they make each other laugh and are just so easy. And Edie cooks for him a bunch because she's like a cook. I love him and I love her, and I just want them to be together all the time.
Really interesting.
So good.
So this is book 2. I haven't read book 1, but this book is about a group of men who have
a romance
book club, and they do it to like be better partners, and you know, to treat women better and just be better men. And the leader of said book club, Braden Mack, there's like this line in the book where it's like, Matt can save 100 marriages, but he'll never have a marriage himself. So he's like one of those people that gives really good advice, but doesn't know how to take it. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, in comes Liv. Mac is on a date, and Liv is a chef, so there's lots of food in this book. And she works for this really, really horrible, he's a really famous chef, but he's like super horrible. He's like mean to all of his employees. So she's like presenting this like gold plastered cupcake to Mac and his current date, and it falls because of Mac. Not like purposely, but it happens because of him. And she gets fired, but in the process of her getting fired, she sees her boss sexually harass one of the servers there. So she's like confronting him about that. So he's like, I'm gonna fire you because you didn't see this. This didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. So she's really upset at Mac, and he's like, I'm gonna help you get your job back. And she's like, I don't want my job back. So she's like, I want to take down my boss. He's a terrible man. He's always sexually harassing women. We need to take him down. So Mac, along with the book club and Liv, form a plan to take her boss down, and they do a lot of sleuthing, and they do some stakeouts, and you know, in the middle of that, you know what I love about this romance is it's very much a slow burn.
I hate a slow burn.
No, I don't always love a slow burn, but I like to feel like at the end of the book, like you guys are in love for a reason, and it's not just like I'm the author and I wanted you. Like obviously I'm the author and I wanted you to fall in love.
Yeah.
But like you guys did it.
Okay, it makes sense. We really see the chemistry.
It's not just like we met at a coffee store and we're having really cute moments and now we're in love. No, it was a lot of smart dialogue in this book. Like, I love the back and forth, and in the end, they get the boss, they fall in love, and I can't wait to read the next one because the guys, really what makes this book good is the book club. The guys in the book club are so hilarious, and they're very earnest. I recommend if you just want a light, sweet read. I mean, there are heavier themes because, you know, they're working through sexual harassment, and they want this woman who was sexually harassed to come forward, and Liv kind of has to check herself because she's like, why don't you talk about what happened? Like, you can help other women. And she has to check herself, like, it's not on me to decide when someone's ready to talk about what happened to them. So there are heavier themes that the author kind of touches on in a lighter way. It doesn't really get too deep, but it was really good. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10.